Can you hear me?
Yes.
Very good. Good afternoon. We will call this August 10th IVDA meeting to order. We have closed session. Do we have any comment from the public on closed session?
I have no public comments regarding closed session.
Thank you very much. Seeing none, we will recess and adjourn into closed session and be back shortly.
It's okay.
Mr. Lewin, do we have any reportable action out of closed session?
Yes, we do, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Okay. So the board unanimously ratified an agreement with Breeze Airways, which will provide for marketing expenses of a matter of $170,000 a year for 2 years to promote flights out of SBD to Provo for Breeze flights there for BYU athletic events. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That we will return to our regular open session, call this session to order, and I have asked Councilmember Suchel to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Councilmember Reynoso, will you please lead us?
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Do our roll call, please.
Yes, certainly. Members, please state your vote for the Please state your names for the record. Members present from the City of Colton.
Frank Navarro.
Thank you. Thank you. Members from the City of Loma Linda.
Dusty Rigsby.
Thank you. And please also note that Member Duper is on Zoom for the record.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you called me or not. I was having
yes.
a glitch there with signal, so I'm here.
Thank you. A member from the County of San Bernardino, 3rd District.
Don Rao.
Thank you. And members from the City of San Bernardino.
John Valdivia.
Theodore Sanchez.
Ben Reynoso.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any items to be added or deleted to today's agenda?
No items.
And any members wishing to disclose conflicts of interest? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to our informational items. Mike Burrows with a CEO report.
So one very quick one is if you travel down Tippecanoe at Mill Street, work is starting to mobilize on the new San Bernardino County Fire Headquarters building at our former Defense Finance and Accounting Service property. And that's exciting to see. And want to thank City of San Bernardino for working with the developers on getting the permits and getting prepared. So, lots more to do down there, but the developer is now in possession, and we are ready to see this thing kind of take a new life down there. The other report I've got is the one and only Ms. Kim Benson has an update on some exciting developments at your UAS Center. So, Kim?
I'm not sure your mic is on. I'm not sure it's your fault either. I think it has nothing to do with you. We'll see here. We can hear you, but I'm not sure our online audience can hear, so.
Is that better?
Much, thank you.
Okay. So let me start over here. So last Thursday, the UAS Center at SBD completed a program on behalf of the San Bernardino County Office of Superintendent of Schools, specifically their regional occupation program. And this program started in June with 20 newly graduated high school seniors. And we ended the program with 14 completing the program. And of those 14, 10 have already passed their FAA Part 107 drone certification. And there are a couple more that we're waiting for the results on in the next few days. So we've had a really tremendous success in terms of the percentage of these newly graduated high school seniors, not college, but high school, who are now 8 weeks later in possession of a certified drone license that will enable them to be drone pilots and operate commercially using that. The program we're hoping will be one that we can replicate next year and even expand. And we're very fortunate to have the opportunity to work with the Office of Superintendent of Schools. And the program was funded by the California Adult Education Program. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, sir.
Do you have a list of the schools that were involved in this program?
I do. I can forward that to you.
If you would, please. Thank you.
And then to the chair, I would just also add the talented clerk of the board team here at our very own IVDA has also gone through the UAS Center training program. And as you've seen in their annual story maps, they are our GIS squad. So really excited to see them out there flying, and congratulations to our COB crew. Well done.
Thank you.
Very
That
cool.
concludes our reports.
Good.
All right, we will move on to our consent items, consisting of items 3, 4, 5, and
Move
6.
for approval.
Second.
Thank you. Any
I'll
public
second.
comments? Sorry, Mr. Co-Chair, go ahead.
No, you guys beat me to it. I was going to second.
Thank you. Any public comment on our consent calendar?
We have no public comment, but can we please repeat the motion in the second I missed?
John Valdivia.
Thank you.
Motion.
Second was Mayor Navarro.
Thank you very much.
All those in favor? Oh, wait, should I
I'll go ahead and
do
do a
roll call? Because, okay.
Certainly. Alrighty, please state your votes for the record. Member Navarro,
Yes.
Member Suchil,
Aye.
Member Duper,
Yes.
Member Rigsby,
Yes.
Member Rao,
Yes.
Member Valdivia,
Yes.
Member Reynoso,
Yes.
and Member Sanchez.
Yes.
Thank you. That items pass unanimously.
Thank you very much. Item number 7 is to approve an agreement with Southern California Edison for electric vehicle charging infrastructure. Miriam.
Good afternoon, and thank you. During this past year, Mr. Michael Alawas, our agency consultant and author of the Green Energy Element, has continuously explored different ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions here at IVDA in the airport. And he recently stumbled on Southern California Edison's Charge Ready program, and this program offers rebate opportunities for the installation of electric vehicle charging stations. Mr. Alawas is going to provide us with an overview of the features and benefits of this program. And also, just for clarification, item number 8 is directly related, and he'll also touch on the discussion of possible EV infrastructure installation at 2 potential sites here at IVDA.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, co-chairs, members, and staff. As Miriam mentioned, today's presentation is going to be an overview of our forward movement on the green energy element that was produced last year, actually, and adding the EV vehicle charging stations to 2 IVDA locations. As you know, our team is Mike Burrows, Miriam Beltran's, Jim Harris, and myself. As Miriam mentioned, I'm going to combine items 7 and 8 because they are definitely related. And the 4 items we're going to go over is the SE Make Ready program, charging station locations and draft drawings, the equipment and service providers, and the overall cost to the IVDA. Next slide, please. So as the chart shows, these 2 locations of the admin building that we're currently in right now and the SB Corporate Center over there on Mill Street for a total of 45 charging stations. And we have to sign a 10-year agreement with a time of use agreement with Edison as part of that process. Next slide. So you can see over here we're going to have 1 single port, and that's up there where the blue areas for the handicap, and 9 dual ports. 6 of those ports on the southern side of the bottom of your screen are going to be charged back to the IVDA at a net cost. So we're not going to be paying any inflated costs or anything like that. That's only going to be for our staff use. That was negotiated within a deal moving forward. Next slide, please. And this is the corporate center with 12 dual ports and 2 single ports with 2 handicaps right there for a total of 26 ports. Next slide. So this is the 10-year agreement. As we worked with your corporate legal, there's not much we can do with the agreement. It is what it is. Basically, it's a time of use agreement that we have to enter in with Southern California Edison to pay basically back for the step-out process that they're going to be putting in. Next slide. So the termination is where you need to look at this. If we were to terminate this for any reason over the 10-year period, we basically would have to, on a prorated basis, pay back the step-out process, all the engineering costs and everything of that nature, which I doubt seriously will happen. Next slide, please. We had selected Verdant. This was we actually, going backwards, we worked with ChargePoint because they were one of two contractors that got back to us on the RFP that we put out there. And ChargePoint has done an amazing job with working with us, giving us all the information and technical information. And they came up with about 4 different options of how to finance this. And we're working with Verdant, and they're basically going to own, operate, and pay for everything up front on this process. The charging units that you have listed up there are the ChargePoint units, and from my understanding, Verdant has already ordered these and actually have them in their inventory. So we're going to be pretty much lucky right now because of supply chain issues. They're already in inventory, in stock, and so if there's going to be any delays, it will more than likely be on the Edison side. Next slide. So what's nice and unique about this is that we're going to get 15% of the advertising content, because at the plug there is a video screen there. We're going to get 15% of that advertising space for our folks, however you want to use this with our media, our internal media, and 24/7, 365. And then there's also going to be a branding on there. On the top of there, there's an aluminum piece that can be foiled with anything that we want, whether it's IVDA or the Sevilla, or whichever the airport deems that it needs to have. Next slide. So this is what the cost is going to be basically to the IVDA outside of us to doing the upfront work with the administrating this and making all this happen. It's been a little bit of work negotiating these contracts because they are quite intense at some points. And for a company that's going to go out there and put all this money up front, there are certain things that they want back, basically, and a lot of it is basically in the advertising space. And also for current future endeavors, they don't have any rights to future endeavors, but they have a seat at the table to discuss this. So that concludes my presentation. I'm open to any questions that you may have.
Councilmember Rigsby.
Do you know what their charge rates are for electricity? Because these will be used by our employees and our vehicles.
So the 6 that you're going to have here at the admin building is going to be at net cost. So whatever Edison's going to charge them, we're going to get charged. Whatever that is.
And you said it's a time of use?
Time of use. I believe time of use has 4 different rates now.
It's about 2.
They've come up with, I think, about 4.
They must have a different one for commercial. Because for private homes, it's 2 different rates. Between 4 and 9 p.m. is high, and
right. Then they also have this special time of use as well that they've been working on. I don't know exactly, but I can find out and send it back to you.
Councilmember Suchel.
Yeah, ChargePoint historically keeps and retains their equipment. Is that going to be the same with this?
No, Verdant has bought them already, actually.
Okay.
So they will keep and retain them.
Okay. And then secondly, I see no locations by the airport. Would we consider ever doing that?
That's
that would be a selling point.
That's Sevilla.
Yeah, but still, I mean, we're talking about it right now.
It's a few meetings ago, but Sevilla already approved the counterpart to this.
Okay.
And so there's even more charging stations on Sevilla's side.
Okay.
There are 4 locations on Sevilla's side. I don't know if we can talk about it, it's not agendized, but we have 4 charging locations on the Sevilla side of 90 ports total.
Okay.
And 1 is at the domestic terminal.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?
Well, that was easy.
All right.
Thank you.
So are we looking to approve the agreement?
Excuse me.
Yes, we are, Madam Chair.
I have one question.
Yes.
I just remembered something else. I know ChargePoint sometimes charges a rental time, like a parking spot charge, or an episode charge, like $3 to charge up plus price per kilowatt hour.
So this is not going to be with ChargePoint. ChargePoint's providing the equipment. It's Verdant which is going to own and operate these. They have asked the airport to provide security and asked the airport to, if someone's going to be there for such a longer period than charging, to move them along. They have not divulged what their pricing scheme is going to be beyond. I believe it's 14 cents above and beyond what they're being charged per kW. But beyond that, they have not put in that portion of a rental, space rental. They have not put that in that agreement. That's what they want to do at this point in time.
Because I use ChargePoint, and the prices vary all over the place. It's not, they don't have a corporate charge. They have a site charge. And some of them is $3 just to hook up, and if you just use a little teeny bit of electricity. Other ones, it's just pure kilowatt-hour charges. So it'd be interesting to see, because the customers for this will be who? People off the street?
All the above.
Okay.
So this will be strictly at this point in time a time of use. So Verdant, it's not ChargePoint, is going to own and operate these, and so far it's only going to be charged by the kilowatt hour.
But when you go up to a ChargePoint device, you have to use a ChargePoint card or something to get through
Credit
their
card.
network.
Just credit card.
Or an app.
Or an app.
They have an app.
Credit card or an app or a debit card.
The ChargePoint does have their little fobs that they use. You can go up there and swipe, but they're not going to be more than likely using that. Right. They have a really nice system, ChargePoint does, but it's Verdant that's going to be managing and operating this. So how they configure this is going to be up to them, but we're being told it's 10 to 14 cents above the kW rate they're charged from Edison, and then what happens is the bill comes back to the IVDA, and they send a bill off to Verdant, and Verdant has 60 days to pay back IVDA for the energy used.
So since I've confused myself, this is item 7 on Edison.
7 and 8, we combined the both.
We did. So would the clerk like a separate motion, or would you like them together?
We can do them separately, just for clarification purposes.
Okay. Thank you. I have a motion from Mayor Navarro on 7.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Suchel.
All right, I'll go ahead and make the roll call vote. This is to approve item number 7. Please state your votes for the record. Member Navarro?
Yes.
Member Suchel?
Aye.
Member Duper?
Yes.
Member Rigsby?
Yes.
Member Rao?
Yes.
Member Valdivia?
Yes.
Member Reynoso?
Yes.
And Member Sanchez?
Yes.
Thank you. That item passes unanimously.
Thank you. And I was negligent in asking if there was any public comment on item number 7.
There is no public comment on number 7.
Thank you. And so moving on to item number 8 is to approve an agreement with Verdant Energy Services for the electrical vehicle charging stations. Do we have any public comment on that item?
I have no public comment on item 8.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
I just need the first.
Oh, I'll move it then.
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Suchel made the motion and Mayor Valdivia second.
Moving too fast.
Thank you very much. We have a motion by Member Suchel and a second by Member Valdivia. Please state your vote for the record. Member Navarro?
Yes.
Member Suchel?
Aye.
Member Duper?
Yes.
Member Rigsby?
Yes.
Member Rao?
Yes.
Member Valdivia?
Yes.
Member Reynoso?
Yes.
And Member Sanchez?
Yes.
Thank you. The item passes all unanimously.
Thank you very much. Item number 9 is to approve a professional service agreement with PlaceWorks in the amount not to exceed $75,000 for Phase 2 of our Airport Gateway Specific Plan implementation. Miriam.
Thank you. So for the past few months, staff has provided the IVDA board with progress updates of the Airport Gateway Specific Plan, and our consultant PlaceWorks has completed the administrative draft of this document, which has been in circulation and in review by internal staff, our stakeholders, which also includes the cities of San Bernardino and Highland. Last month of July, the IVDA held its first public scoping meeting for the notice of preparation for the draft environmental impact report. And the purpose of this meeting was to get input from the public and agencies regarding any potential environmental impacts of the proposed project. Now, as we move forward into the implementation phase, there will be additional meetings to be held at the two cities, possibly during council meetings and other community outreach engagements. And from these events, we do expect to receive additional feedback And so it's important for us to retain PlaceWorks to perform those edits as they come. This agreement is for an amount not to exceed $75,000, and it will be structured on a time and material basis as directed by staff. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Seeing none, do we have any public comment on this item?
There are no public comments on this item.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Mayor Navarro.
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Suchel. All those in, oh, sorry.
Thank you very much. We have a motion by Member Navarro and a second
Yes.
by Member Suchel. Please go ahead and state your vote for the record. Member Navarro?
Yes.
Member Suchel?
Aye.
Member Duper?
Yes.
Member Rigsby?
Yes.
Member Rao?
Yes.
Member Valdivia? No. Member Reynoso?
No.
And Member Sanchez?
Yes.
Thank you. The item passes 7-9.
Thank you very much. Moving on to agenda item number 10, to approve a professional services agreement with Hernandez, Kroon and Associates, in an amount not to exceed $582,009. We have presenting on this one, Jeff.
Thank you. Approval of professional service agreement with Hernandez Kroon and Associate for the performance and professional engineering and construction service for the Sterling Avenue Upgrade Project 2020 in pursuit to the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration, and subject to final EDA approval, and authorize the Chief Executive Officer to execute all related documents. The federal share of the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration grant is $3,051,051,513, and the local match will be $762,878 for the total grant amount of $3,814,391. The local match requirement will be equally shared by the Inland Valley Development Agency and the San Manuel Band Mission Indians, pursuant to the terms of the agreement on final. Staff recommends that the IVDA board approves the recommended action.
Thank you very much. Any questions on this one? Councilmember Rigsby?
Move it. I move it.
I have a first.
Second.
And a second. Any public comment?
No public comments.
Any further discussion from the commission? Seeing none, we'll take the vote.
Thank you. Can you go ahead and repeat the second? Was that Member Sanchez?
Councilmember Suchel.
Oh, Suchel. Thank you very much. We have a motion by Member Rigsby and a second by Member Suchel. Please state your votes for the record. Member Navarro?
Yes.
Member Suchel?
Aye.
Member Duper?
Yes, ma'am.
Member Rigsby?
Yes, ma'am.
Member Rao?
Yes.
Member Valdivia?
Yes.
Member Reynoso?
Yes.
And Member Sanchez?
Yes.
Thank you. That item passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Item number 11 is the review of the status of the action plan for IVDA through the end of the year. Mike.
Okay, we're going to get our famous overhead over here. So thank you for the support on Sterling Avenue. The EDA team that Jeff and Miriam work very, very closely with are very excited about this project, as are our partners at San Manuel. Those of you driving by that intersection know it needs some upgrade very, very quickly, very soon, and this will help change the front door of our facility. And I want to commend Mr. Barrow, the build team, all of the contractors for their work on the on-base roadways, obviously getting ready for Breeze start here at the airport is important, and so is the drive in and out of here, so everybody's safe and feels welcome. So Jeff, well done. He's had, I don't know, 10, 12 trades to chase after, and he and the team really did great. So thank you for that. Moving into September, Mr. Cousineau and team are working with our successor agency and the County Oversight Board on the ROPS. And Ms. Beltran is actively working on the EDA Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy update to keep us compliant for additional EDA grants. And Miriam, thanks for staying on top of that. She tends to finish early, just saying, but that concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any members from the public wishing to speak on items not on our agenda today?
We have no further public comments.
Thank you very much. Any board member comments? No, seeing none, we will adjourn. Our next meeting will be September 14th. Thank you very much.
Thank you.